Very own Greg Papa. And Greg, you're hearing the news. Is this surprising to you? And did you hear about this going forward before?
Well, his name has been mentioned, Damon, to be sure, so it's not a total surprise. And I just look at his body of work with the Denver Broncos, which I think was extremely impressive. Obviously, Tim Tebow took a lot of the bows with the team's success and their winning streak, and ultimately defeated the Raiders to win the AFC West. But when you really watch that team play, it was their defense that was remarkably better. This was a horrible defense last year under former Raider linebacker coach Don Martindale, and really they had struggled to find a good defense there for years, going back to when Mike Shanahan was the coach. So in 1 year's time, Dennis was able to completely transform this Bronco defense into one of the best in the NFL. So I think that, and the fact that he apparently nailed the interview, got him this job, D.A.
Absolutely, Pop. And when you look at what the Broncos did last season, despite Tim Tebow coming in, the offense really wasn't all that spectacular. It was the defense that kept them in games and ultimately landed in the AFC West title. This is the kind of defensive mentality, as Ray Ratto alluded to, that John Gruden, I believe it was Monty Poole, said that John Gruden came in, and they need that kind of spark. The Raiders do, and defense was their Achilles heel. So is this what the Raiders need in terms of getting that defense somewhere up to par where the offense has come the last couple of seasons?
Without question, the Raiders didn't win the AFC West this year because their defense let them down throughout most of the year in a couple of highly celebrated meltdowns that cost them games. But I'm going to be intrigued now to see if, in fact, it is Allen who's the guy, what he does with the offensive coordinator position. You got Al Saunders in place, and I think Al has one more year in his contract. So will the Raiders bring him back? You know, Al's a little set in his ways, and if the situation is not exactly perfect, I think he would move on. But you want continuity on offense as well. Everything's going to change now without Hugh Jackson being there to run the offense. Maybe they could have a little continuity with Al Saunders. But I would venture to guess they would go and Coach Allen would bring his own guy in from some of his former spots. Maybe Aaron Cromer, who was a Raider assistant coach, does great work with the New Orleans Saints. Maybe he knows him from, I know he knows him, but maybe he'll bring him from their association with the New Orleans Saints. So we shall see. Hopefully the Raiders' defense improved today, and their offense will stay up to par.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Raider Nation, let's go, let's go.